feeling. Na, 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 na. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spread. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, 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 right now. Got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, 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 right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we are going to be discussing the gigantic Bitcoin crash that has happened over the weekend. Guys, Bitcoin pulled all the way down to $42,000 just yesterday, and we are going to be discussing that and more in today's video. We're going to be talking about Elon Musk, and we're also going to be talking about the rest of the cryptocurrency space and how we ought to be responding to this. We are joined, as always, by my co-host, Non-Crypto Tim, your president.
What's up, everybody? Just so you guys know, even though this is a Hurley hat, and even though it has nothing to do with XRP, to ease the confusion, I actually ordered an Adidas hat and an Under Armour. Well, I guess Under Armour kind of looks like XRP too. Either way, I'm changing up the hat game so that people don't get so confused and riled up when I poop on XRP. So, it's in the works to get it fixed.
Well, there you go. We are also joined by Smay, who is our producer, and at 1,000 likes, he will be doing the howl for you guys. So make sure to smash that like button.
I literally almost just did it right now. But
He's going to do it at 1,000 likes. I told him if you do it one more time while we're waiting for the stream to start, you got to do it at 1,000 likes, and he did it. So hit that 1,000 like button, and you will see. Smay, how you doing, buddy? Doing good? All right. Well, cool. All right. So, guys, we have some prize predictions. We doing that at the beginning or the end of the stream? I totally forgot because I'm a terrible host.
Do you guys want to do it right now? I mean, I feel
can.
like most people are going to be in the end of the stream.
This is a good point. I think we should wait.
This is an interesting week, though, because
This is a really
normally we're
interesting
super
week.
close. And it's a hard this is a hard week to predict.
It
so
is.
we are kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah, it's really hard. Guys, we already have one donation coming in, 78 Hong Kong dollars. I think that's the currency. Super googly. Let's short Tesla to the ground, he says. Well, guys, we have quite a lot to talk about in regards to Tesla and its founder and CEO, Elon Musk. If we can jump onto my screen, you guys will see that there is a tweet here in response to a massive chain of things coming from Mr. McObnoxious. And he says this: Bitcoin is actually highly centralized with supermajority control by a handful of big mining, aka hashing, companies. A single coal mine in Xinjiang flooded, almost killed miners. We can't say that word on YouTube because we don't want to get shut down. Talk about centralization.
That's a no-no.
And Bitcoin hash rate dropped 35%. Sound decentralized to you. Let's go back to full screen.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Elon Musk is complaining about the centralization of Bitcoin, while he's also someone who apparently supports Dogecoin, which is a much more centralized version and a knockoff of Bitcoin. I really don't understand it, guys. We have a lot that we need to talk about here because Elon Musk is really he's being very how would I say, hypocritical as of late. He's saying a lot of things about Bitcoin that he himself does not hold near and dear. For example, he talks about how Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity while his company Tesla uses quite a lot of electricity too. The rockets that he launches into space use all kinds of electricity and emit all kinds of carbon into the atmosphere, but I digress. We want to cover a different point in this video because we've talked a lot about how the energy consumption argument on Bitcoin is a bit ridiculous. We're going to touch on it a little bit again here in a second. But I really think that the direction that we want to go in this video is talking about how Bitcoin is worth everything that it does cost. Guys, I look, we've talked about on the channel here, yes, Bitcoin does have an issue with some centralization in China. Xinjiang, the province that he's talking about, is in western China. That province actually just had mining shut down for the purposes of reducing carbon emissions because China, believe it or not, is actually trying to reduce their carbon emissions because they have a gigantic ecological disaster going on that threatens the future of their country's development. There is a lot of mining centralized in China, and this is an issue, but pointing attention away from Bitcoin and making the first world scared of Bitcoin is only going to drive more people towards China. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about this in the chat. And Tim, I'd also love to hear your opinions on all of this, buddy. What are you thinking?
Well, we're going to kind of talk through some of my opinions. And, I'm part of the team that helps write the story for the live stream. So, some of my opinions went into that. But again, it was also left so that Jebb can speculate on it. I think there's a couple different things. I think it's actually really hard to know really 100% what is happening in Elon's brain because we know a couple things. One, he is very intelligent. Like him, hate him, whatever, you cannot dock the man's intelligence. And number two, there's something that's really important to keep track of is that he is not selling Bitcoin. He, that was the rumor. He said, I am not selling Bitcoin. So why would a man who is fussing this much about Bitcoin not be selling it? There's something he's not being completely, fully open with that we're going to discuss.
Yeah, so this is something that Ben brought up on the ATV show last Thursday. He said that, and this is pure speculation, just so you guys know, there's no backing behind this, but it's just an idea that we can chew on. Ben, BitBoy Crypto, was talking about the idea that Elon Musk is obviously incredibly intelligent. He's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, what do? They take a problem and they solve it with a business. That is what an entrepreneur is at its essence. If Elon Musk can point out that Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity and paint that as a gigantic problem, then he, as a champion of green energy using Tesla, could potentially create miners that run off of solar power and try and move into that market, crashing the price, pulling people away from it, hurting the competition, and then moving back in. That's not, obviously, that is an allegation right there. So I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but it is something that is possible. Again, I'm not saying that that's what he's doing. I'm not saying he's intentionally manipulating the market, but his actions really do have to make you wonder. He talks about buying Bitcoin, the market pumps. And then he talks about how, oh, by the way, I don't like Bitcoin anymore. I have a problem with Bitcoin's energy consumption. The market crashes. You really have to wonder, is he playing some kind of 4D chess here? Is he looking at buying him back lower? Is he looking at Tesla buying more Bitcoin lower? Is he looking at to start accepting Bitcoin back lower or is he looking to move into what is he doing? But here's the thing. Those questions are the obvious questions. Those are the surface level questions, and those questions are important. Those are the what questions. What is Elon Musk doing? Those are the why questions. Why is Elon Musk doing what he's doing? I have a deeper question that I want to ask you guys. What does it matter? There are a lot of people that when Elon Musk and Tesla came out and they were in support of Bitcoin, they talked about how Elon Musk and Tesla being in support of Bitcoin was one of the best things for the cryptocurrency space. We were one of those channels saying, hey guys, look, this is a big deal. And it was. I want to be very clear on that. Elon Musk and Tesla coming out supporting Bitcoin was a very big deal. But now, when they rescind that same support, it is not necessarily a very bad thing. Why? The reason that Tesla and Elon Musk getting behind Bitcoin at the time was such a big deal is because it spread awareness. That's a one-way street. Once you've made someone aware of something, you can't make them unaware of it. That takes time through a process called forgetting. That's just not something that you can say, boom, I changed my mind. I don't want you to know about that anymore. He opened Pandora's box when he started telling the whole world about Bitcoin. The point is now the whole world knows about it. If he rescinds his support of it, whatever, the world now knows about it. All of this FUD that we have seen with the market correcting. And we're going to do all the technical analysis on Bitcoin's market here in a little bit. We're going to talk about our price predictions. We're going to go into detail on that. But I really want to start the stream off by dispelling any FUD that Elon Musk is in charge of this market, because he's not. At the end of the day, guys, this is a free market that is dictated by supply and demand. It is a market that is going to grow year over year for the next decade or more, because it provides a solution to a real-world problem called inflationary monetary policy. It is a good product, Bitcoin, that solves a very important problem, and Elon Musk cannot stop that. Him raising awareness of it was a good thing, but him rescinding his support of it is not going to be the end of Bitcoin. In fact, it might be an opportunity, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Tim, what are your thoughts on that? Do we see anything crazy going on in chat?
No, I think we can go ahead and dive on it. I know there's some interesting stuff we saw this weekend, even with Mark Cuban, which you guys who have been following the channel for a while, we've talked about Mark Cuban's role in cryptocurrency. We've talked about Elon Musk's role. It feels like there was a slight flip-flop between the two of them. And so, Jebb, I think there's an article you talk about.
I have it right here.
Musk responded to all these tweets by,
Cuban
responded to these tweets by Musk,
Yep.
and it's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump onto my screen. Mark Cuban says cryptocurrencies are better than gold for the environment after Tesla halts Bitcoin payment over sustainability concerns. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure to hit that like button. Smay is going to do a smangatang howl at 1,000 likes. He dug himself this hole. Don't feel pity for him. And also, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is the cryptocurrency channel that is going to do its very best to give you the best quality information that we possibly can. So let's move on here. Mark Cuban said that the Dallas Mavericks will keep accepting crypto as they are better for the environment than gold, they say. That's something I can talk to you about for a while. Gold mining is very bad for the environment, but of course, gold being a limited supply commodity, it is worth it, but Bitcoin is better. Tesla previously announced it would stop Bitcoins over environmental concerns. The environmental impact of cryptocurrencies is a hotly contested aspect of the current crypto hype. We know all of this. There is something down here that I want to read that is very important. We know that replacing gold as a store of value will help the environment. Shrinking big bank and coin usage will benefit society and the environment, Cuban tweeted recently, referencing research on the environmental impact of gold storage and Bitcoin mining. The papers Cuban referred to separately argue that gold mining has a high environmental cost and the most energy used in Bitcoin mining processes are renewable. We've talked about on the stream previously that the reason that they're renewable is because as the world develops technologically, it becomes more profitable to mine and do other things relating to energy consumption with renewables because they are cheaper than coal. That is how we will move to a green world, is by creating cheaper, cost-effective energy sources that are going to be adopted by the free market. Billionaire investor Mark Cuban is a big advocate of cryptocurrencies, blah, 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 blah. Tesla CEO Elon Musk had previously shared a note on Twitter announcing that the electric car manufacturer would stop Bitcoin. There's one paragraph in here that I really want to show you guys right here. Tesla stock dropped after the article. Anyway, the point here is that Mark Cuban is saying that gold is a lot better for the environment than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is much better for the environment than gold is. Let's go back to full screen. I made my point on that article. I was looking for a point in this article that's actually in another one that we're going to talk about here in a second. But here's the thing, guys. Bitcoin, even if it was horrible for the environment, is much better for the environment than anything that we have seen as far as currency in the last all of human history. The fiat currencies that we use right now use an exorbitant amount of resources that are not needed because economies are much better at self-regulating than they are at centrally regulating. The Soviet Union learned that the hard way. So is China learning that the hard way. China is having to move in the direction of having a more decentralized, more capitalistic society because it simply regulates and governs itself much more effectively than central planned economies. The same thing is true for centrally planned currencies like the US dollar or the euro or the pound or the yen. Bitcoin embodies free market capitalism, and it embodies the idea that the economy can self-regulate so long as you stop trying to put all these restrictions and regulations on it. There are so many reasons that we should adopt Bitcoin, and if it comes with some electrical concern, well, so does this camera we're recording into, so does this computer, so does making this coffee mug. Where does that argument end? We've made that argument quite a lot, so I want to leave it at that. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section. What is your opinion on Elon Musk? And how big of an impact do you think his opinion on Bitcoin really well and truly has on the market? Let us know. We're going to read chat for a second. We have a couple of super chat donations we actually missed. But I think one was by Matt C. Let's see. I found it. Matt C donated $10. Again, thank you. You are single-handedly funding the operation here, my friends. It feels like whales spelled like the country Wales, he says, are manipulating the market to swoop in and make a kicking. I'm buying the dip. Agreed. I am buying the dip also. Guys, if you're worried about us moving into a bear market, I have a reason to believe that we're not. We're going to talk about that later. I don't want you to be concerned about that. Bear with us. We're going to talk about that in depth. Let's see what's going on in chat.
Now, a lot of Elon hate. Here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day, despite the speculation of people saying that Elon is what made Bitcoin in the first place, no, Elon brought attention to Bitcoin. Bitcoin and people's looking at what it does is what caused the Bitcoin price to rise. In the same thing, yes, him talking against Bitcoin has caused some of it to fall, but he is not the only person to blame. Bitcoin doesn't ride and die on Elon.
Exactly.
And it never should have, and it never will.
Yep.
So that's why when people say, "Oh, hate Elon," you know what? You're allowed to think whatever you think, but this isn't just Elon. This is actually, we're going to talk about this in a little bit.
Yep.
There's a lot going on to play with Bitcoin. That this actually might have been really nice for anyone who is holding Bitcoin and is looking to get into Bitcoin in the future.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it in just a second.
Yeah, no, guys, to be honest with you, like Tim said, we're going to get into that in a second. But the point here is that Bitcoin needed a correction.
Yeah.
It had rallied exorbitantly ever since March of last year. It's rallied over over 1,000%. It needed to correct. Elon Musk coming out against Bitcoin, forcing a correction when the bulls were a little bit too arrogant and strong for their own liking, might be the best thing that this bull market could have ever had. Like I said, we're going to get into that more. And by the way, guys, let's not hate too much on Elon Musk. He's a business owner. He has an opinion. I have an opinion. You know what they say about opinions. Everyone got one, and they all stink. Look, it doesn't do us any good to descend into tribalism and start attacking Elon Musk and saying, oh, I hate him. Oh, I'm not going to do business with Tesla. That doesn't do us any good, guys. Look, I think Tesla is a great company, has a great mission. Do I agree with everything Elon Musk says? No. Do I think he makes mistakes? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Let's not descend into hating on Elon Musk. We can disagree with him civilly.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that we have to agree with what he says, of course. Anyway, let's see what's going on in chat, and then we are going to continue moving on here. Some people are saying Dogelon.
I kind of have a hot take, guys. You want to hear my hot take?
What's your hot
What is
take?
it, Smay? Let's hear it.
My hot Smay take is I actually kind of agree with Elon Musk in this case. And not for the reasons why you guys think. I actually think the reason why, and I'll have to read more on this, so this is kind of like a spur-of-the-moment hot take. I actually think a lot of his issues with Bitcoin are not actually issues with Bitcoin. I think they're actually issues with China.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is speculation, guys. This is just me making this up for spur of the moment. But the reason why I agree with him is because I think that like a lot of what he's pointing out is he has an issue with a lot of the mining power is in China.
Yeah.
And they're not very good about their clean electricity and all that stuff. So I think a lot of it is he's frustrated with the fact that most of the big miners aren't actually taking it seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
I think that's a big point.
And that's my point, guys, is that we have to, and we actually have an article on this that we're going to read here in just a second. We have to take into account someone might disagree with us, but at the end of the day, it might be us that's wrong. I'm not saying we are, but it might also be that the person that we disagree with has a valid reason for disagreeing with us. Let's go ahead and look at this article on my screen because this might be something that we can rally behind Elon Musk on. Because as he said on Twitter, he's all for cryptocurrencies. He just wants them to be greener. And that's fair. I'm not a fan of the way and the timing and all of the stuff going on behind the scenes, but that statement in a box of I want crypto to be as green as possible, that's fair. Let's read here. Real reason, quote unquote, Musk halted Bitcoin payments, fears over access to grants. This ties in with what Smay just said. Elon Musk's Bitcoin U-turn is based on Tesla's fear that association with crypto could jeopardize his chances of getting billions of dollars worth of U.S. federal renewable energy grants. George Tung, a cryptocurrency expert, has claimed, and I'm going to add the word speculated because as far as I'm aware, he has zero evidence of this, but it does sound likely. Again, we don't have evidence of this, but this is something that is very much in the cards. A cryptocurrency expert has claimed the reason why Elon Musk said Tesla would no longer accept payments in Bitcoin was due to the car maker hoping to gain access to renewable energy credits from the Biden administration. For anyone who's ever bought a Tesla, it comes with something like a $7,500 tax credit. When you buy a Tesla, it should be worth it should cost you a lot more than it actually does because the federal government subsidizes the living crap out of them to make them profitable because the federal government is trying to make the world greener by using those incentives. So this is a very good point. Last week it was reported that Tesla was seeking entry into the multi-billion-dollar U.S. renewable fuel credit market. George Tung of Cryptos R Us has claimed Tesla does not want to hurt its chances of gaining that credit because of being associated with Bitcoin Bitcoin, which is perceived as fossil fuel intensive technology. Here's the key word, perceived. That is the word that we're fighting here because it's not. It is not fossil fuel intensive. Yes, it uses a lot of electricity, but so do, I don't know, what's something stupid? NutriBullets. NutriBullets use a lot of electricity. Let's ban those. It's just ridiculous, guys. Mr. Tung of CryptoRS claimed Tesla has a pending application at the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency tied to renewable power generation and fuel credits. Tesla wants access to energy credits and needs to satisfy the EPA's green energy targets. The real reason for the Bitcoin U-turn is because the company is afraid of taking payment with the cryptocurrency may hurt its chances of gaining access to billions of dollars in renewable energy credits. Let's go to full screen. This is something I have been saying ever since this news broke. Tesla is supposed to be a green company. That's how they position themselves. They say we want to make the world a greener place by accelerating the adoption of electric vehicles. That is what they want to do. So the PR people, or in this case, the federal government might say, hang on a second, I thought you were supposed to be good for the environment, and now you're using this Bitcoin thing. The public doesn't like Bitcoin because it uses a lot of electricity. Guys, that is why it's our job to educate ourselves so that we can make a solid argument against the people that say that. It's not good enough for me to just go to someone and say, oh, by the way, Bitcoin using a lot of electricity isn't a problem. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure, guy I just met, whatever. I think it does, so try me. What we have to do is we have to educate ourselves on this subject so we can come to them and say, hey, so this is how much electricity it uses. It uses roughly the same amount of electricity as I think at this point it's like Argentina or something, or like Chile. It's about as much electricity as like the 120th largest country. It uses this much electricity, this much of it is renewable, this is the speed at which it's transitioning. We need to know those statistics so that we can be informed on this debate, because that's what it is a debate, and it's one that we are right on, but we are only going to win the debate if we are properly able to present our position. So all of that to say, yes, they probably are concerned about renewables, but as Smay was saying, they're probably also concerned about China, because even though China is allegedly moving in the direction of more renewable energies, Elon Musk might not be very happy with the idea that not all of the mining, but a lot of the mining is sitting over there.
Also, a good go ahead. Actually,
well, I was gonna say we talked about this on Friday, I believe, and it was this when the tweets first came out from Elon, and it was the whole thing about how it uses more coal and it uses fossil fuels and everything. We asked the question, especially with the news that he wasn't going to sell. We asked, is this Elon simply putting pressure on renewable energy sources to be used more for mining, right? And, it deals with that whole argument, and you're going to see this a lot, and we don't talk about it way too much, but this idea of there's dirty mining and there is clean mining, right? So we asked that question on Friday, is this Elon simply making a push to pressure Bitcoin maximalists into incentivizing and pushing people to get more into clean mining of Bitcoin, right? Well, it didn't go over the way he probably hoped it would. I'm sure he expected some backlash, but I don't know if he was ready for as much backlash as he said. So now what came out further is he got a little bit more specific. And like I said, what I agree with Smay, and I think everyone would agree with Smay, we do not want the majority of the mining happening in China. And, Elon might have his own business reasons, but overall, if you are a Bitcoin person, if you love Bitcoin, you would agree with him that seeing that much, that high of a percentage being mined in China is a negative thing. So that's more all the reason why I think that this is still Elon loving Bitcoin, but he's trying to play his cards right to push and incentivize people to build more efficient mining systems with clean renewable energy, which is something we would not argue with.
Yeah.
It's not like we're sitting here saying, no, we need to mine it with coal. I don't think a single person in the world, well, I guess I can't speak for every person.
I mean, I'm sure there's one
the
guy
majority
out
of the people in the world would not make that argument.
Oh, I love smog.
The problem is that everyone just wants cheap. Everyone wants cheap. So if we can find an affordable way to use renewable energy, then I think that might be Elon's end game. I think he is simply trying to force people's hands.
Yeah, well, and one of the things, though, what's important, I love the point that you made, Jebb, about like educating yourself on the debate before you guys get into it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I've seen a lot, and the reality is, especially if you're in crypto, you're trying to fight for a new technology, right?
Yep.
Like you're really trying to push something that a lot of people are uncertain about, and you're not just pushing something like a cool car like a Tesla. You're pushing something that will completely overthrow a banking system. So you got to educate yourself on exactly what you're trying to advertise, right?
Yeah.
And two, you can't just regurgitate every little meme argument you've ever heard. You can't say, well, microwaves use more
Microwaves.
energy. Guys, microwaves use way more energy. It's like there are that's not an argument. That's not an argument to be made. The argument that you have to break it down, like what Jebb was saying, is like, okay, How much of percent of mining is using renewable energy?
Yeah.
What's the transition looking like?
You gotta know the facts.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Guys, if you're enjoying this stream and you want to be part of the crypto revolution, then make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. We are quickly becoming one of the fastest growing channels in crypto. We did like 20,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. Thank you so much to everyone who is new here, everyone that has come from around the blockchain. We're actually going to be on that show on Tuesdays and Thursdays from here on out. I have 2 reserved spots over there, so you guys will be seeing me on Ben's channel quite a bit. We have a lot to continue discussing in this stream. I want to hear all of your opinions in the chat. If we don't get back to any major questions, feel free to email us, support@cryptojebb.com. Unfortunately, because there's so many people in chat right now, we're very thankful for that. There are going to be questions that we're not able to get back to. If you still want that question answered, either tune in tomorrow and ask it again. Super chats work for that. Or you can shoot us an email at support@cryptojebb.com. Guys, I do have a little bit of a fun fact that I want to give you before we move into the rest of our story today. If we can jump onto my screen, this is pretty funny. Mark Cuban and his son own collectively 3,250 Doge, but the billionaire has doubts. Let's read this. This is pretty funny. This kind of ties into what we were talking about a second ago, but it's really just something interesting for you to know about. Cuban Sr. and Cuban Jr. are Dogecoin holders. Aww. Mark Cuban and his 11-year-old son Jake almost own 3,300 Doge. Previously, Cuban stated that this asset is cheap enough to learn cryptocurrency investing on. That is true, but of course you can do the same thing on Bitcoin. He also believes that Dogecoin is better than any lottery ticket. Quite frankly, he is right on that. It is still better than a lottery ticket, but that doesn't mean that it's a good investment. This is merely $1,625 in fiat, however. So the Cuban family, which are billionaires, own $1,600 in Dogecoin while also supporting it. This is what Tim was saying earlier about how these two are kind of flipping sides. Dogecoin and Elon Musk and Mark Cuban seem to be kind of going back and forth on which side they're on of this whole Dogecoin Bitcoin debate, which I never thought I would say the words Dogecoin Bitcoin debate, but here I am. Yeah. That's Cuban also earns Doge from people spending tickets and buying merch with the Dallas Mavericks, of course, because you guys know that they have adopted it. This is the interesting part of this, though. Doge could become a valid payment tool, but there's a snag. Cuban reckons that Dogecoin could turn into a valid payment mechanism since it has utility, and utility provides growth and demand. However, the Mavericks owner believes that the chances are equal that Doge will not survive long term. So he's saying it's a 50-50 shot that Dogecoin is even going to survive. Let's go to full screen.
Massive swing from where he was saying, like he was on Ellen's show how many weeks ago, trying to encourage Ellen to start taking Doge. Like we've talked about this before. Dogecoin is really, it's just as good as its big players say it is. So this is one of Doge's big voices, one of the 1% that owns over 90% of it, which although he only owns personally 3,200 or whatever this thing,
the Mavericks,
which I find is peculiar.
Yeah,
the
I
Mavericks
do too.
own a lot, right? But
I don't think it's peculiar at all. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, I think that it just doesn't match what he's been saying. But it's funny that even one of the biggest outspoken people has actually come out and said, you know what?
It's 50-50.
It's
shot. 50-50.
I'm not about to invest my money into it that much.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Right when I was reading this, then Tim was like, I want to say this so bad, because there's so much hypocrisy there, right? These guys, Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, the reason we're talking about them so much here on the channel is because it's what you guys want to hear about, but I am so freaking tired of these two guys. I am so done. I want them to leave cryptocurrency. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has a very real use case, and unfortunately, everybody thinks that Bitcoin rides or dies on Mark Cuban and Elon Musk's opinion. Guys, they're just one guy. Listen, they might have a lot of money, but it's just one human being. There's another 7 billion out there, and what they think matters too. Elon Musk and Mark Cuban are very influential people, but we gotta stop letting our trades be dictated by what they say. Now, if they're raising awareness, then we're not trading because of them. We're trading because of an underlying intrinsic fundamental development of awareness raising. That much is true. But if they start hating on Bitcoin, what does it fundamentally change? Yes, some people are going to say, oh, Mark Cuban says he doesn't like it. Well, I liked him on Shark Tank, and he invests in things that I think are really good products, so I'm going to listen to him. Nonsense. It's not going to last. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are growing exponentially. But here's the thing about Dogecoin, and we'll leave it at this. I want to read these super chats too. When Elon Musk says crap about Bitcoin, it goes into a correction. And then it bounces because Bitcoin has real value. When Mark Cuban comes out against Dogecoin, which he can't decide which side he's on, now he's sitting there in the middle because he can pick either one. Dogecoin doesn't do very well. Dogecoin is built on the back of Mark Cuban and Elon Musk with the developers that they're talking about. Bitcoin is not, because Bitcoin has a real market, and that's the point we want to make here. Make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying today's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for top quality cryptocurrency content brought to you with integrity, guys. I really appreciate everyone tuning in today. Tim, do you have anything to say, or can I read these super chats?
Go ahead. Go read the super chats.
Good deal. Okay, I have a few to catch up with, so let me scroll all the way up here. I missed some while I was rambling. Let's see. Okay, I scrolled as far up as I can. Christ in Crypto. Love that name, my friend. Donated $5 about 5 minutes ago. He said, the logical conclusion of going green puts you somewhere in the third world jungle living off the land. I mean, at the end of the day, there is a way to live a modern life with green energy. It's just a balance. Really, I've said this for years, guys, because I was super into politics back when I was in high school, and no, I'm not telling you which side I was on, because I like having a job. But I will tell you this, I did talk a lot about the green energy debate, and literally it comes down to this. As soon as you make green energy more cost effective than fossil fuels, it'll get adopted. Period. Because that's the way the free market works. The reason I think it's a silly argument is because that's all it comes down to. Anyway, moving on here, we also had a $5 donation from Gary Kelly 1 saying, Jebb, what are your thoughts on superdoge.io? Never heard of it, but if it has anything to do with Dogecoin, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It's funny, not an investment. That's my opinion on that. Okay, Victor Mashenk. I don't know. Meshnik. That might actually be, I think that actually is it. Mashnik.
I don't know.
Donated €10, said, what do you think about Banana Coin? I don't know, but I had one for breakfast.
I literally just saw a Reddit thing about it, actually.
I had a banana for breakfast.
We'll have to look
Does
that
that
one
count?
up.
I don't know. We'll have to look that one up. Tim, can you make a note of that, and we'll look
I think
into
it's
that?
another Goober coin, but
Another
I could be
Goober
wrong.
coin. Let's see. We had a 400, I think that's rupees, I want to say, 400 rupee donation from Akshay Verma. Thank you so much for the donation. He said, one guy on his YouTube channel showed the BTC chart and how the perfect textbook Wyckoff distribution is executed on Bitcoin, and it'll go down to 32,000 before it starts moving up to 200K. Your thoughts? I'm going to have to refresh myself on that one, but I will look into that for you, Tim. Can you write down Wyckoff distribution on Bitcoin? That's WYCKOFF distribution. And I will look into that. Vlad Yen donated $5. Do you think Polygon is a good crypto to... You guys asking me about all these... We're working on an altcoin repository where I can literally just go and I can say, hey, here's my report, and I'm going to read it, and this is what our information team came up with. It's really hard to keep up with all these altcoins. And what is your Cardano price prediction by the end of summer? That's something I can weigh in on because I do know a lot more about Cardano. Cardano I could very easily see going to $4 or $5 by the end of the summer. It really depends on what the rest of the cryptocurrency market is doing. I think Cardano is undervalued compared to much of the cryptocurrency space, but at the same time, crypto is going through a retracement right now, so we have to see where that goes. Good question. Philip Medina donated $5. Bitcoin's been around for 10 years without them, and it'll be around for many more years with or without them. Love the show, guys. Be blessed. Be blessed, my friend. You are absolutely right, and that is my point. They can't make Bitcoin, and they can't break Bitcoin. They can have an impact on it, but at the end of the day, it is us that will lead to mass adoption. We got through all the super chats.
All right. So you guys have been saying in chat, all right, enough of the Elon. Forget about Elon. We said in the beginning of the stream, Elon is not completely to blame. So let's move into what's happening that doesn't have anything to do with Elon.
Let's do it.
And that is where we're going next. Go ahead, Jebb.
So we have an article here called The Come to Jesus Bitcoin Correction Peter Brandt Predicted Has Just Occurred, it seems. And by the way, we talked about this too. I talked about like a month and a half ago about how Bitcoin could pull back as far as $42,000, and I got so much hate. And guess what happened last night? We'll get to that in a second. But I was vindicated. Anyway, Elon Musk's recent tweet about the possibility of Tesla dropping his BTC holdings has pushed Bitcoin to its lowest level since May. By the way, that's something we didn't mention earlier. Someone said something about Tesla dropping their Bitcoin, and then he quoted Indeed. Just type into Google Bitcoin being sold by Tesla, Elon Musk tweet, and you'll find it. It's not confirmed. It's hard to tell what he was saying Indeed to in the tweet. That's why we didn't mention it, but it is something you can look into. Legendary trader Peter Brandt has hinted that this could be the come to Jesus correction that he predicted in a tweet on May the 2nd. And we've been talking about this as well. Now officially the largest correction since March of 2020. But how can this be? There is supposed to be institutional support. Bitcoin, this was not supposed to happen. Except it was. Let's jump onto the chart. Guys, this correction right here, this pullback from $60,000 to $42,000, 30% in 8 days. What do? Do we run around like a chicken with our head cut off? Do we scream in the backyard to Jesus and say, oh my gosh, help us. Bitcoin is dying. What are we going to do? Now, we look at the chart with a level head, and then we figure out what's going to happen next. Here's the deal, guys. Let's look at history. Everyone is concerned about this correction, but most people never studied their history. You know, there's a saying that I've been telling people since I was in 7th grade. Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. You've probably heard it said before. I didn't come up with it, but it is something that you need to remember. So let us study our history briefly. Let's look at the last two major bull markets on Bitcoin, 2012 through the end of 2013, and we'll look at 2016-17's bull market as well. You'll notice Bitcoin here, generally speaking, got support every time on the 20 exponential moving average. Now, there were times where Bitcoin would fall below it. In fact, in this case, Bitcoin fell 35% below the 20 weekly EMA. That's going to come up later, so keep that in mind. But in general, the bull market will sit above this level, and when it starts to pull back below it, that might mean that you're entering a bear market, but it's not confirmation of it. As I think I forgot his name, our friend on ATB over on Thursday said, whenever what's that? Vet, Crypto Vet. Thank you. I'm so sorry. He was great. Crypto Vet said, whenever Bitcoin touches the 20 weekly exponential moving average, that's generally a great buy signal. In this case, in the 2012-2013 bull market, it was a great buy signal. And by the way, let's take a look at this. Here, in April 15th of 2013, in that week, we pulled back 80% in 7 days. And then guess what happened after that? Bitcoin still rallied another 2,000% in 200 days. Yeah, but Jebb, that was 10 years ago. Let's hear something more recent. Fair. Moving on here to 2016-17, we saw Bitcoin test the 20 weekly EMA 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you could argue 9 times. And every time we bounced off of it. Take note here, we did fall below it at times. Right here, for example, we fell 15% below it on a wick and then we bounced. Right here, we fell 8% below it and then we bounced. And by the way, all of these corrections were 40 to 45% deep, 42% deep, 40% deep, 34% deep. This one was 40%. This one was 40%. So, our history is this. Number one, the bull market generally bounces somewhere around, but maybe not exactly on, the 20 weekly exponential moving average. And number two, generally speaking, in bull markets, you will see a 40% correction more than likely every 3 months. So, let's move on to where we are now. Have we seen a test on the 20 weekly EMA recently? No, the last time we saw it was October of last year. The last time we saw a test was 217 days ago. Remember what I just said. We generally see a test on the 20 weekly EMA every 90 days or so. You see where I'm going with this? We also, generally speaking, see a 40% correction every 90 days or so. We saw a 30% correction roughly 90 days ago. We have not seen a 20 weekly EMA touch. Point is, we have not had the correction that we needed for a very long time. We got massively overextended, and with great power comes great responsibility. With great rallies come great corrections. That is simply the way it works. It does not mean we're going into a bear market yet. There are ways that we can tell we're going into a bear market. This is not necessarily to say that we are. There are ways that we can tell. I don't think we are right now, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. Because we've had a massive rally, and we needed to correct. What does this correction look like so far? Well, if we go on to an updated chart here on the daily chart, we can see Bitcoin from its peak at $65,000 pulled back to $42,000, which I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit because I said that was our level of support. Everybody thought I was crazy. It happened. Here, we pulled back 35%. We've only pulled back 35%, even though we've rallied twice as long as we were supposed to with no corrections. We might have more to go. Let's look at that. $40,000 to $42,000, that zone is what we said was our potential support zone, in between 40 and 42. Now, there is an argument to be made that we could go as far as $38,000. That is very much in the cards. And guess what? $38,000 would be 41%. Right in that zone. I think that this right here, this correction we've been in for the last 3 weeks, is one of, if not the most healthy things that Bitcoin could have possibly done because we were overextended. I've been saying it for months, and I keep trying to package it differently because y'all don't want to hear it, but at the end of the day, it's the fact of the matter. I've been in the space for 4 years. I've been working here every single day. The market was overextended. It needed to correct. It's simply the way it works. And at this point, it is happening. Now, are we moving into a bear market? No. Is this healthy? Yes, actually, this is very healthy. And by the way, let's go to full screen. This is not because of Elon Musk. This correction happened before Elon Musk. This correction started before Elon Musk ever said crap about Bitcoin. Yeah. This is not because of Elon Musk. It is because we needed to correct. And the fact that we needed to correct and we are correcting is a very good thing. I'll leave you with this, and then I'm going to let Tim talk because I know he has some opinions on this. Whenever you have a forest out west in America and it doesn't have a fire, for 20, 30, 40 years, what happens when the fire comes through? Oh, it's a crazy big fire because there were no fires to get rid of all the underbrush, to shake out all the weak hands, as it were. That's why we do controlled burns nowadays. The Park Service had to learn that the hard way because these massive forest fires started cropping up in the second half of the last century. Now we understand that we have to have little controlled burns every once in a while to clear the forest floor. That's what we're seeing happen right now. We're seeing controlled burn. This is not a gigantic fire. It is simply a controlled burn. What you got, Tim?
Well, what I was going to say was, here is the overarching point of what this entire stream was trying to communicate. It was not saying that Elon didn't play a role. What it is saying is that something happened. And I think Peter Brandt touched on this. I don't know if it was in the article that you were talking about, but there was a different article. Peter Brandt, for those of you who don't know, called about a month ago. He put in a buy order for Bitcoin at 32,500. That's what Jebb was just reading. He was reading an article saying, this is Peter Brandt saying, oh no, everyone's freaking out, even though this is exactly what I said was going to happen. Right? Just so you know, other things about Peter Brandt, while he simultaneously called the 32.5, he also said things like, I used to think about my wealth in terms of how much Bitcoin I could turn back into US dollars. Now I think about my wealth into how much US dollars I can turn into Bitcoin. Yep. He is a Bitcoin maximalist. He believes in the future. He believes that this bull run is not over. This bull market is not over. However, he is saying there needs to be a correction. And what he would say, and I don't know if it was in that article necessarily, but there was something else he said, listen, did Elon play a role? Absolutely. He just accelerated what needed to happen. This is not Elon controlling the market, and he can't control the market. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. Now, he can accelerate the market, and he can make it do things faster than we thought it was going to happen. But ultimately, Bitcoin needed this correction to happen. That's why I want every single person. I think there's a common thought right now is like, oh no, I have a fear about Bitcoin. Oh no, what's going to happen? Like a common question is, should I go ahead and get out of my Bitcoin? Is the bull market over? Should I go ahead and sell for now and get back in later? The issue and the answer is no. This is all, pretty much to put it in the best way I could, this is all part of the plan.
Yes.
This is all part of what Bitcoin needs. And here is the thing. I have not been in Bitcoin that long. I've not been in crypto that long. I am a crypto noob, I am the definition of it. But one thing that I hold, and I will continue to hold to, is I don't rely on my own knowledge and my own wisdom to make decisions. I told my wife yesterday, I was like, listen, I know there's going to be a moment where my brain says, oh no, Tim, are you sure you got into the right thing? Oh no, Tim, are you sure that you shouldn't sell your Bitcoin and get out now because you've made a decent profit? Get out now. But here is the thing. If I actually want to do something well with life, if I actually want to create wealth in Bitcoin, if I actually want to do anything that I want to do, I got to take the bad moments along with the good. And I got to understand that those wiser than me who have been through these fires before, they know what they're doing. So am I leading the charge on this? Absolutely not. I'm watching people like Jebb, people like Peter Brandt, people who know what it's like to go through the bad and understand, guys, this is not even beginning to look bad. This is actually an amazing opportunity for Bitcoin to grow even further than we wanted it to. So this is not a time to freak out. Again, if you are someone who freaks out, maybe you should get out because this is hard. Peter Brandt's talked about that too. He's like, listen, if you're soft, if you can't handle this, you need out because this isn't the first time this happened, and it's definitely not going to be the last.
Yeah, and by the way, in case you're worried, we're not about to tell you that we're going to bounce. I have a prediction, Tim has a prediction, Smay has a prediction that is actually going to go lower. I think it'll probably go as low as $38,000. So don't get me wrong. I do think it's probably going to go lower before it starts going up. But I want you to not worry about that. I want you to have those diamond hands that we talked about. Tim, let's go ahead and go over those price predictions. And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to extend the stream since we have so many people taking care.
We can go over the price predictions. And I know we're going to do we're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have a hard correction in Ethereum as well. But
yes,
again,
indeed.
I actually probably
real quick before you do that, let me read these super chats. We had two come in. Anthony Bergen donated $5. He said, could this year's pullback be different from previous ones due to the new big institutional money being more conservative? I think so. Here's the thing, guys. These big institutions, they take time to move. They move very slowly. It takes time for a big institution to say, oh, we want to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. It is not easy to move around $1 billion, especially when you're a publicly traded company with scrutiny from the SEC and the CFTC on you. That takes time. On the other hand, it takes time for them to sell it. They can't move as quickly as we can. That's the advantage that we as the little guys have, is that we're nimble in a way that they're not. They're not going to be trying to sell this dip. They're still holding it, which means the underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin isn't going to plummet. It's going to stay where it is. Nothing to be worried about on that. We also have another $5 donation from Tyler Pierce. He said, just found your channel. Love the content attitude. Keep up the great work. Tyler Pierce, you keep up the great work, my friend. Thank you so much. We have another 2. CGQ donated $5 in Australian dollars, I think. I'm not sure. What do you think of Veracity Coin? Their project on ad fraud detection with patent proof of view protocol layer. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with that project, so I can't give you much on that, but I appreciate the donation. Eric Taylor donated $5. He said, crypto noob here. I have 1 full ETH on Coinbase. Do you recommend I move it to my cold wallet? Yes, absolutely. If you have a cold wallet, a Ledger, or a Trezor, or something like that, then make sure to do that. We actually have a Ledger affiliate link down below if you want to grab one. They are fantastic products. I use them myself. Let's do it, Tim.
All right, so even though we're going to extend the stream, for those of you who have been waiting, we are going to announce our predictions for Friday. If you are new, every single Monday, the 3 of us, Jebb, Smay, and I, predict where we think Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are going to be at Friday at 9:30. So usually we're a little closer than this. This is kind of spread out, so you guys got to let us know in chat. What do you think? Do you agree with one of us? Do you disagree with all of us? Let us know. So go ahead and you can put in there. Yeah, I see all the hashtag cut the
Hashtag cut the beard, chop the tree. Let's go.
Okay.
Team Jebb.
Anyway.
I love it.
Smay on Cardano predicts that Cardano will be sitting somewhere around $2. So that is his prediction. Let us know if you agree with him. Jebb thinks it's going to be sitting a little higher at 230, and I'm in the middle at 220. Again, traditionally, Cardano, after hitting peaks like this, will drop a little bit and then kind of consolidate before moving up. I think any of the 3 of these are realistic. I think it probably will sit somewhere between Smay and I, the $2 and 220. But let us know in chat. What do you guys think? Where are you guys with all that? Ethereum, here's where I guess it gets a little bit different. You know, there's some closeness, but a little bit different. Smay thinks it is dropping all the way down to 3,000. What is it sitting at right now, by the way?
38.
38. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope,
34.
Yeah, 34. Okay, gotcha. So Smay thinks it is dropping all the way down to 3,000, where Jebb thinks it's going to rally back up to 3,800, and I think it's going to end up sitting somewhere about 3,200. Let us know in chat, what do you think? If you guys look at the TA, it is in a descending wedge at the moment, and I got my prediction from looking at the descending wedge and where it looks like it'll be on Friday is June 21st. So it's not a perfect science, but it's I'm hoping that works out for me. Now we move to Bitcoin, where we get a little bit different. Smay thinks we're going to drop all the way down to 40,000. Jebb thinks we're going to rally, come back to 46,500. And my prediction, which this is for sure crazy that I'm the most bearish one. I usually am more optimistic. But again, if you look at the descending wedge, I have an inkling that Bitcoin is going to be sitting somewhere close to 38,000 on Friday. And that's not a bad thing, because if it is, I am planning on buying. But let us know in chat, what do you guys think?
2 things. Number 1, my predictions might be a little bit early, so I'm just going to say it. If I don't win this week, it's probably because the prediction I made for Friday is more like the prediction I should have made for next Friday. I have a bad feeling one of them is going to win. We will see. I'm going on 3 weeks. We'll see if we can make it a month. And the other thing I want to say is that, yes, we do have the winners for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy giveaway.
That was what I was
so
exactly
we're going
about
to
say.
give that camera over to Smay, and he's going to announce them. Hopefully they're in chat here.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I love you guys, and I'm about to announce the winners.
And you have a Smangatang haul to do.
I do.
Do that later.
You can do that later.
Yeah, let me find the message. All right, guys. Are you guys ready?
Are you ready? Give us a 1 in chat if you're ready.
Are we doing both of them, or are we just doing the one?
We're doing the 1, and then we have a backup.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Be ready. Be ready to hear your name, ladies and gentlemen, if you were in that stream. Our winner is, drumroll please, Joel Burson. Congratulations, Joel Burson.
If you are watching, I see a Josh Burson.
Josh, you got half your name right.
Is there?
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Joel Burson.
I hope they typed
I'm
that
sorry.
right.
Cut the ones. I just completely ruined it. Joel Burson, let's see. Are you in chat, my friend? You have won the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, my triceps are on fire right now from the workout I was doing yesterday.
That'll get you.
Joel Burson.
Joel Burson, please step forward and claim your prize, Joel Burson.
I don't know.
Someone said Joel said, "Ugh, I have the right first name but the wrong last name."
Yeah, when you're
There's one person with the right first name and the wrong
is that
last.
him? Is that him?
I mean, like I said,
Josh.
that's something that, like,
Josh,
I
bro,
wanna make
get your
sure
brother
there's
in
not a
here,
typo.
dude.
Get your brother in here, bro.
Get your brother in
All
here.
right, well,
bro.
while we're waiting on Joel, we are going to continue our conversation. So, Joel Burson, correct?
Yep,
Joel Burson.
And
We
I
need
have
to
a
see you in
second
chat.
name if he doesn't show up.
We have a second name if he doesn't show up. All right, so where are we going to go next? We have another 15 minutes, guys. We can talk about Ethereum if you guys are so interested. Someone said lettuce hands.
Yeah, why did he call me lettuce
What does that even
hands,
mean?
dude?
I don't even get that. Smay does have a smangatang howl that he has to do at some point in the next
do that at the
14
very end.
minutes.
We can do that at the
I
very
think that's
end of the
good.
stream.
For anyone who doesn't know, Tim is known as the Beard here on the channel, and Smay is known as Smee the Tree. So that's why everyone is saying hashtag chop the beard, cut the tree.
I'm not Smee the Tree. That's not who I am.
You're not Smee the Tree.
No.
You went and got an identity change?
Yeah, I'm Smangatang.
Legally.
Well, he's a smangatang too.
I'm a Smangatang.
Well, smangatangs need PewDiePie chairs. They do. Where is his PewDiePie chair, by the way? Have we not
We are
got
ordering it on May 1st for the sake of budget.
So you're ordering it
Wow, that's
16 days
crazy.
ago.
You know what
You're
I meant.
ordering
You
it
need
2
to
weeks
do it.
ago.
Yeah, my brain sometimes. All right,
Oh my
listen,
gosh.
don't act like we don't
So you're
ever
saying
say
it's in the
wrong name.
it's in the lobby downstairs.
We're
Okay.
saying
It's
it's
in the
going to be
mail.
on June
It's in the mail.
1st.
All right, so guys, we're going to go ahead and jump onto my screen. We're going to do some Ethereum technical analysis. I hate to be the guy that says I told you so, but I told you so. I've been saying for a while that Ethereum needed to correct. It has now happened. This is why we listen to technical analysis, guys. Every time I talk about a correction coming, I always get hate, but I know what I'm talking about. Ethereum is now in a descending wedge. We can see it right here. I'm going to go on the linear chart and it'll look a little bit nicer. If I turn off our 20 EMA and I turn on this support level right here, this is where Tim was getting his price prediction. We can see that this descending wedge is pointing to the downside, and the good news is for anyone holding Ethereum is that these generally break to the upside. Remember the idiom that the axiom, I suppose, that the direction the wedge is pointing, the wedge should normally break the opposite of. It doesn't rhyme, it's not catchy, but it's just something to remember. Whenever it is pointing to the downside, it'll break the opposite way. 70% of the time. This is not a certainty. Remember, guys, in technical analysis, there are no certainties, but there are probabilities and statistics, and statistically speaking, we should break to the upside here. So take that as a solace for anyone worried about Ethereum's price. We can also see here on the volume that the volume has remained high, even though the correction has pushed the price to the downside. That means that we're still in a relatively healthy market. It does mean that the bears are in charge, but it still means that there is a lot of volume in the space, which means that there's probably still a lot of money in the space, which means that the correction could probably be over relatively soon. There is a lot that we can take away from that. We can also see that Ethereum pulled back to $3,100, which, if you guys will remember, was one of our price targets. We saw that $3,200, around $3,150 to $3,200 on Ethereum was a major price target, and we did, in fact, pull back to it and use it as support. I'm going to go ahead and draw that right here, because that is almost exactly where, based on some TA we did a little over a month ago, we said that Ethereum was going to rally to. Now we're using it as support. Lest us forget that the corrections that we're seeing right now only pull us back like 3 months. At one point, Bitcoin had pulled back to $3,000 and was like 3 years in reverse. Right now, we're like 3 months in reverse. It's nothing to be worried about. We can also see that Ethereum has corrected and reset on its TD sequential. We were very much overextended on this. We very much needed to correct. We talked about on the channel how this spinning top formation right here was signaling indecision. Indecision is obviously one step closer to bearishness than bullishness is. So this was helping to point us to the downside, and we actually used that to, in some way, kind of predict this correction. We can also see here that Ethereum is more or less sitting right on top of the 20 daily EMA. That's a much better story than is on Bitcoin. We're far below it down here on Bitcoin, but on Ethereum, we are still sitting roughly right above it, which is indicative that we might, if we do break it, like I think we're going to, we might have a lot farther to fall. Remember, guys, this is a trend indicator. Whenever you have whenever you're testing the 20 EMA and you break through it, typically speaking, you're going to continue to move in that direction because it is a trend confirmation. Anyway, let's go back to full screen. Let's discuss this. I want to hear what you guys are thinking on Ethereum. How much Ethereum, let's not ask that because I don't want you guys getting hacked or something. How much do you like Ethereum? Let's say that. Who likes Ethereum? Who likes Cardano? Let's have a debate in chat. Let's make it crazy. I totally just started a flame war.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
Joel Burson.
That's obviously a very
Flame war.
hot topic. I think there was a, oh, man, who was, Elon was asking questions. I think it was Elon. Who was he? No. Man, who was it? Charles Hoskin made a video responding to someone's claim. Who was that? Gosh darn it. I was reading the article this morning. Someone asked a question about Ethereum versus Cardano, and Charles responded to them and gave a full-out description of
I just started a
what the
war in
difference
chat.
is.
There is a massive war going on in chat now.
That's what
Guys,
you
smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. If you were looking,
It was Cuban.
It was Cuban?
Someone help me out. Yes, Cuban was asking on Twitter why Cardano is so good, because he's like, I can't find any application that's actually it's useful for, which is a good argument. Like, Cardano is still in the making. But Charles Hoskin I haven't gotten to watch the whole video yet because I found it this morning. I want to watch it this afternoon. He literally dedicated an entire video to responding to Mark Cuban and on the qualms and why ADA is in fact actually a better platform than Ethereum. So I know we've had that debate in the past. Does Charles Hoskin hate Ethereum? Does he think it's poop? I think he thinks they can coexist. But of course, he's going to say that his is better. And I think let's wait till the end of summer when what is that? What's that fork that's coming out on Cardano? Alonzo.
Alonzo.
When Alonzo comes out and is made and the smart contracts are being fully utilized, oh my gosh. I cannot wait to
go
see
to
what Cardano
town.
looks like.
It's going to go to town. Guys, if you were looking for a fantastic trading platform, unfortunately, Cardano isn't on it yet, but I think it will be soon. Bybit is a fantastic platform that you should consider signing up for. The link is in the description box down below. It's the exchange that we personally recommend here. If you'd like to get started and help out this channel, the link is down below. It really does help to support this channel. We very much appreciate all of our users down there. We are an affiliate of Bybit, so like I said, it does help to support our channel. If you want to help to support our channel while also getting access to a fantastic trading platform, Bybit is linked down below. And by the way, guys, for everyone who wants to learn technical analysis, we teach technical analysis through something called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. You can find that linked in the description box down below. There are 36 videos where I teach you everything I know about technical analysis. And if you sign up today, you're going to be getting access to a fantastic academy that's going to teach you everything you need to know about technical analysis so that you can use it to become a profitable trader and investor, which I know is something that all of you want. If you enjoy CT2A and you love it, put a 1 in chat. Let's see everybody who loves CT2A in chat. And by the way, if you type in Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy into Google, we actually have Google reviews set up now. I think we have like 14, 15 reviews over there. And by the way, every single one of them is a 5-star review. Let's go. You guys want some testimony? There you go. Type it into Google. You will see that.
Yeah.
Let's answer some questions here to wrap out the stream. We got 7 minutes left, guys. If you got something interesting, put it in chat.
Burson, reveal yourself now.
Joel Burson.
I am Josh. Just to Josh Burson, who's in chat. I am checking right now with our marketing team to make sure there was not a typo. They're very good about not having typos. So Joel, if you exist, you need to say it because otherwise there's a chance that Josh might end up getting this due to a technicality. But let us know, Joel, if you are out there. We don't want to take this from you.
Joel Burson.
Joel Burson, you have 1 minute to come forward. 1 minute.
Ooh, 60 seconds. Come on up here. Let's see. Questions in chat, guys. We have 5 minutes. Let's see it.
Joel Burson.
We're all Joel.
You left that camera on me for so long.
I know. Joel Burson.
Oh, gosh.
I love have you guys seen the Joe Biden meme? Joe Biden.
I've not. I don't know what
It's
that
good
is.
to see the love in this
Burson.
chat. So many people are offering to hold it for Joel
Yeah, I love
until
that.
he does come forward.
Oh,
you guys are
that's
so
so
nice.
kind.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
kind.
I'll
Any questions that you guys have though? For this is a great time to ask them because
Yeah, someone said hashtag makes account with that name. You know that's going to happen if we're not
for
careful.
real,
but-
for real.
Oh, my goodness.
Joel Burson.
It's been 60 seconds, May.
Alrighty, I say we give it to. This is up to you guys, but I say we give it to somebody else.
What do you think, Tim?
I think there's a very good argument that Josh should win this. First of all, for his mom, so long, I don't know how old Josh is, but his mom knew one day that he would be entered into a contest where his name would be so close.
Yeah.
I feel for Josh.
I like that.
I like Josh.
I like that.
Josh, you are the winner.
Josh
Congratulations.
Burson, you are the winner of the
Let's go,
Cryptocurrency
Josh.
Technical Analysis Academy.
Let's go, Josh.
Let's go.
Yes.
You can go ahead and shoot us an email, support@cryptojebb.com, and we will get you enrolled in that. You can make sure to tag and timestamp this moment in the stream, or just tell them to ask Jebb, Tim, or Smay, and we will confirm that you are indeed the winner, because that was obviously a change of plans. The marketing department's going to be like, what? But nevertheless,
Well, Joel
you were
didn't
the
show
winner.
up, so if
yeah,
Joel
Joel
does
didn't show up,
exist,
so welcome
then-
to CT2A. Guys, if you want to get CT2A, unfortunately, we're only giving one away to thank you guys for the 100,000 subscribers we just achieved, but we will do another giveaway at 200,000 if you guys would like, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. I have a feeling we're going to be at 200K in the next 60 days. That's a bold prediction. I have a feeling it's going to happen, though, and you guys are going to see it if you join this channel. This is going to be a crazy ride for the next year, and you're not going to want to miss it. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit that like button. Thank you so much for everyone who has. Let's see here. We got another 4 minutes.
Also, if you want to buy CT2A,
If you want to buy CT2A, the link's in the description box down below, and it's worth every single penny because I underprice it because I want to make sure as many people as possible can get access to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, someone asked, I said, Rick asked me, so those you don't know, I had to buy Doge last week because I I've said that phrase one time on the stream. I'm doing a lot better.
You are.
So I'm going to give myself permission because I've been doing so well on the stream
it.
to say it one time to explain to
Tim.
people what's happening. Someone pointed out, I don't know what, 2 weeks ago, that I tend to use the phrase "that being said" a decent amount. To be fair, someone else pointed out Jebb probably says it just as much, if not
probably do.
more than I
was
do.
about to
but
say
I
that.
don't hold anyone again. I made the rule for myself that every time I said it, I would buy a Dogecoin. So in that show, I bought 2 Dogecoin. I said it twice, so I had to buy 2 Dogecoin. Well, unfortunately, I had to buy it on eToro, and eToro doesn't let you buy less than $25 worth. So I had to buy 39 freaking Dogecoin. And so someone's asking how that's going. I've lost money. That's pretty much how it is, and I'm not surprised. I have my sell order, so I think I have it sold, so I sell out exactly where I bought in. And
Someone
it has not happened.
Someone said, can Jebb do an impression of an angry Texan nun?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
An angry Texan nun. That's specific.
An angry Texan
I feel like someone
nun.
might need therapy from that because I think that they have a story they need to tell.
I think they're like trying to.
You better get back here, kiddo. I'm gonna throw my hat at you. There we go.
gosh.
That's it. I don't know. I don't know. What do you want me to do on that?
Let us know how realistic that
Why
was.
was he kind of British?
Well, because he's
Sometimes
a nun.
It was an immigrant, you know.
Oh.
An English immigrant.
All right, that's enough of that.
All right.
That's enough of that.
That is.
I do say at the end of the day a lot. I do say that a lot. Guys, I think that we need to hear the Smangatan howl. If you guys have never heard the Smangatan howl, you better tune in. And for everyone who has headphones on, hold your horses. Take the headphones off, listen on speakers. It's going to blow your eardrums out.
All right, that's enough.
All right.
Yeah, that's enough.
That is not one of my favorite segments on this show.
It's not mine
I
either.
kind of got lightheaded. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, he kept doing it before the show started. I said, Smay, if you don't quit, I'm going to make you do it for 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
And we got 1,000 likes because he did it again. Someone said, Jebb, answer Super Chat. That's a good point. People are paying for those after all. Let's see here. We're going to answer these, and then we're going to have to go after that, guys, I do believe. Let's see. I missed 5 of them. Jeez. Corey donated $5, said Ethereum price prediction by end of summer, $5.5 grand. I'm throwing a number out there. I did not have time to prepare for that, but I'm putting it
Wait, which one?
$4.5 grand. I take that back. Ethereum, end of summer, they said.
End of summer?
Yeah, I'd say 4.5 probably. Team Lex21 donated $5. He said $2 South Florida mailman is back. What are 2 factors that ADA will bounce and go above the resistance point?
Price.
I'm confused by
Are
this
there 2
question.
different ones? The one I'm reading says price.
What are 2 factors that ADA will bounce and go above the resistance price?
Yes.
What are 2 factors? I don't know what the 2 factors.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good project and it's undervalued. There you go. There's your 2 factors.
I think you could say like they haven't fully adopted smart contracts fully yet.
There's so much to come. The fundamentals are fantastic.
And they're just
on
getting
it.
started in Africa, so there's 2 right there for you.
BC Reviews donated $5. He said, do you think that Layer 2 solutions like Polygon will have a use case when ETH 2.0 launches? Would ETH 2.0 impact Layer 2 solutions coin prices? Absolutely. If ETH 2.0 antiquates them, then there's going to be a big argument to be made on something like that. That's why I'm careful of investing in Layer 2 solutions, even though they are very important for the development of these blockchains. I would be more interested in investing in a Layer 2 solution on something like Bitcoin that's probably not going to have a big change roll out. Travis Hoover donated $5. What's your opinion on Teller TRB? I don't have one. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with it. And we have one final one. Naveen donated 5 CAD, said, what's your price prediction for ETH in the next 3 months? We already answered that. Roughly 5,000, maybe 5,500. I think it's going to be higher. But I also think more of its value is going to flow into Bitcoin, and I think more of its value is going to flow into Cardano. I think it's kind of had its day.
I think a big thing that needs to happen, and then obviously we got to close the stream out. A big thing that we got to look at is that June 25th futures options that's going to expire at 8,000.
Yeah.
So I think Ethereum is going to make a mad rally to get close to 8,000. If it beats it, I think we got a very, very good chance that answer Jebb just said is going to change.
Yes.
I think a lot of us are expecting it's not going to make it quite to it, and we're going to see a little bit of a downside from not making it there. 45. I think it's going to be sitting close to 6, 7.
I could see it. The thing is,
it's hard to read
Ethereum has too much market dominance right now. But anyway, guys, we can discuss that more in tomorrow's stream if you would like. If you did enjoy today's stream, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is now turning into one of the fastest growing channels on crypto, and the reason is because we take integrity very seriously. It is our job here to be as honest as we possibly can, even when it's unpopular. We have come on this channel and given you the facts many times when we could have done the opposite and had a lot more viewership because we want to give you what you need to know. We have a best practice. We want to give you what you want to know and meet that with what you need to know so that you can walk away with the highest quality, most entertaining, most informative, educational content possible. If that's something you can get behind, then smash that subscribe button. I would love to see your smiling face in chat every day moving forward. Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. But before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.